Today, all the outdoorsy types unite. I have a really cool interview with the Rails to Trails Conservancy. Discover things you didn't know about the paths you use to hike and to bike. You feel a little stressed? Huh? Raise your hand. That should be everybody. Simple yoga moves you can do right at home or even in your car to just reset your mind and your body. It's in today's Taking Inventory. And who's hungry? Again, everybody raise their hand. We are in the middle of Mile High Asian Food Week. Your look at not one, but two restaurants who are participating. Colorado and Company starts right now.
Portions of Colorado and Company contain paid content.
Good friends, gonna get you through the day. Good friends.
Welcome to the show, everybody. Lots to talk about, especially for those of us who are looking to do a bit of self-improvement in the way we look, just to make ourselves feel more confident. This isn't like a body shaming thing. We don't body shame, right? No, we got Nick Tverdik here from Aria Integrative Health. They offer multiple technologies that he says can help you with all the important inch loss, okay? Plus, he has a big giveaway, and it's coming this week. Hi, Nick.
Hello.
Hello, good to see you. Let's talk about the giveaway right off the bat. People want free stuff. So yeah, this Thursday, April 30th, they're doing a mini takeover of Coco and giving viewers a chance to enter to win a gift package. Now it's valued at over $18,000.
Yes, we increased it.
I know. What's happening? What's happening?
We want to make sure that we're able to fully customize, because we're putting together, okay, what is going to be one of the biggest packages that we're going to have on this side, or biggest packages that we were going to have on this side, and we decided to increase it a little bit, just to make sure that whatever somebody needs, whether it's to get out of their cane, get out of the walker, or if they really need some mental health side and the mental wellness side, we just want to make sure we're covering everything that we need to show people. Body contouring, facial aesthetics. This is going to be the biggest giveaway we've ever done before.
Can I put my name in? No, really. But why do you want to do such a big giveaway right here on Coco, specifically Coco? I feel like we've had a good relationship.
So we've been around for 16 years on Colorado and Company. So this has been a long time, and we feel blessed to be where we are, and a give back, I think, is due. We did a big giveaway a couple years ago, but it wasn't like this. It was very focused on full face, non-surgical facelift, and now it's going to be fully customized for whatever the patient really needs.
Awesome, that's so good. Colorado and Company people, viewers, they go to Aria a lot. I've been to Aria, so it's a nice relationship.
Yes.
All right, let's get into a popular topic, inch and weight loss. Summer's coming up, spring's coming up. It's hard to lose inches, weight as we age.
Yes.
Again, not body shaming. This is for those like tough spots. Talk to me about that.
Yeah, well, it's for tough spots, but it's also actually seeing properly guided medical weight loss.
Yes, because that's everywhere.
Because it's being done very improperly across the country, and this is a heavy language to use, but there's a whole lot of malpractice, in my personal opinion, happening across the country, because 50% of the weight that is being lost with these GLP-1s across the country is lean mass. And it's because all that is being paid attention to is this number on the scale.
Yeah, it's like scale.
Yes, and do not get me wrong, the number on the scale happens, but you have to pay attention to body compositions. And we've been doing this since day one, but at the same time, is GLP-1 going to solve the entire problem? If you're perimenopause, or you're in the thick menopause or post-menopause, hormones can play a giant part of what's happening with your overall metabolism. So we want to make sure at Aria that we're diving into the actual root cause. The body's designed to heal itself. You just have to give it a chance, and that's what we built all of Aria around. We've been around. We're on our 16th year now. We've treated 17,000 patients, functional integrative regenerative medicine clinic. We just happen to do all of the med spa side of things, but our medical weight loss and actually getting to the root, optimizing somebody's hormones, utilizing GLP-1s when it's appropriate, but then also we're the only clinic that does all of that really with all technology.
That's what's different.
Under the same, because now we can combine, customize, show permanent fat loss, and that might be the estrogen pooch that's below the umbilicus.
You said pooch. I'm glad we got there.
Yes. So
I was trying to get him to say pooch forever.
So we can actually permanently destroy these fat cells while we get you healthy, while you have more energy, while your sex life comes back. It's very powerful, and once again, I just feel blessed to be here.
It is a really holistic one-stop shop instead of going to 18 different places and being like, this isn't working. Let's talk about the pooch, because you brought it up, I didn't this time. The midsection, okay? It is a problem area for some women and men. Let's not just put you get the dad bod, it's, okay? Workouts, diets, you're trying everything, it's not enough. You say give us 30 days with M-Sculpt.
Yeah.
Why? Well, how?
Well,
What?
so M-Sculpt Neo is the greatest machine that's ever been made to permanently contour the body. Reason why it's so powerful is this is the only option in the world where we're able to permanently destroy visceral fat. That's the dangerous fat. That's what's surrounding and strangling your organs. This is the only option in the world that can permanently destroy that fat. But we're also seeing more permanent subcutaneous fat being destroyed over a larger area than anything that's come before. This is a before and after of a patient using M-Sculpt Neo as well. But we have 25 different pieces of technology. So everything that we do at ARIA, we take seriously and invested more into tech in our clinic than any other clinic in the state of Colorado by a pretty wide margin, so that we can fully customize to what the patient needs. It's not just GLP-1s, everybody that's watching. It's not just technology. It's not just hormones. It's making sure that you're taking a look at the entire piece. We have multiple different peptides. It's a fully customized plan to show you the results that you're looking for. At the end of the day, that's what we do, and we do it in the most healthy way possible.
Amazing. And you hold our hand the whole time.
The whole time.
He's very kind. He really is. For me, it's not about the scale, of course. It's about my genes. My jeans and how they're fitting. So Sculpture is another way. How does it differ from M-Sculpt?
So M-Sculpt Neo is working with muscle, and it's permanently destroying visceral fat. We can strengthen ligaments, tendons, connective tissue on the functional side with
use it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're treating multiple CU buffs, football players, things like that. However, with Sculpture, if you just have a spot targeted area, let's say you're trying to lose 30 pounds, but no matter what, even when you've been at your goal weight, you have an area that you cannot get rid of with diet or exercise. Sculpture is the best option on the market to permanently destroy those fat cells.
Got it.
So Sculpture is the first FDA-approved laser causing lipolysis, so meaning permanent fat cell death. We're utilizing heat, a hyperthermic reaction, to permanently destroy those fat cells. We're killing more fat per treatment than any other option on the market. It is the safest treatment on the market for that sub-Q fat. We're not damaging any other tissue besides your fat cells. But the biggest thing that I want all the viewers to understand is we put those lasers directly against the surface of the skin, so the heat spreads. So you're never going to be left with uneven results. It can be called a shark bite or shelving from devices that use cold, like cool sculpting.
Cool sculpting,
exactly. This is vastly superior. In
You're
every
Obi-Wan
single way.
Kenobiing the fat.
Yes,
Okay.
sure.
Yeah.
I like that.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you can take it. You can use that. All right, guys, call Nick and his team at ARIA Integrative Health and ask about supervised medical weight loss. Again, they hold your hand the whole way, and ways you can maintain your goal weight without losing that muscle that's so important, your tone. You can tighten and reduce. So call now for a very free consultation, 303-953-2899. You can also see more online at ariaintegrativehealth.com. And do not forget the ARIA special. It's happening right here on Coco this Thursday, April 30th. You could win a beauty and health package worth $18,000. See more online at ariaintegrativehealth.com. They sponsored today's segment. High five for saying pooch. Proud of you, buddy.
I got you.
All right, you feeling stressed? Same, y'all. Still ahead, some simple yoga practices, very simple, to get you through National Stress Awareness Month. And I want you guys to do it with me at home, in the car, wherever you're watching. We're going to do it together. Stay tuned. All right, since it's National Stress Awareness Month, this month's Taking Inventory is about how we move stress throughout the body and how to release that stress. So I was selfish and I asked my own yoga instructor at Canopy Yoga. I have Emily here, we have Kelsey here to do a modified version of how we can do some easy, accessible moves to get that stress out of your body, because sometimes you're so hyped up, that's the best way to do it. So Em, talk to me about some moves that we can do to get rid of that stress, de-stress.
Sure, Tori, I'd love to help out. Well, yoga is a wonderful tool for helping reduce stress, calm the nervous system. So I just love it as a daily practice, or you can incorporate it when you have time to really help us bring that stress level down.
It's really helped me.
Great.
Every time I walk in, she's like, "You're looking better."
Yeah, you're looking great. That's helped me too, honestly. And I think that's what
good.
draws a lot of people to yoga, is just helping to manage that stress and
Yes,
anxiety.
and regulate.
Yeah.
Yes.
In our day-to-day life.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, a wonderful way to start is just with the breath, which is a very, very useful tool throughout yoga as well as throughout our stress management practice. So to begin with,
And do this along with us, guys, if you're watching.
yes, you can join from a seat on the ground like we are on a mat, or you can sit on a chair like Kelsey here. You can even do this in your car, your office, wherever you happen to be.
When your boss is annoying, you have to.
So we'll just start by taking a seat, finding a long straight spine, and we'll just start with some very simple breath exercises. So we'll inhale and exhale through the nose to begin with. So you can close down through the eyes, maybe find a gentle gaze, and we'll just begin to inhale through the nose for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale through the nose for another 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do that again, inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4, and exhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely.
It's better than my panting. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's good.
Well, we'll incorporate that throughout our poses today because the breath is really the most important tool that we have in our yoga practice to help us reduce stress.
Yeah, and it can help anchor you, I think. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. So to begin with, we'll just start with some nice gentle neck rotations. Again, this can be done from seated, a chair, anywhere you happen to be. I love to practice this in the morning as it helps to reduce stress that we may be holding in our jaw, our neck, our upper back. We tend to hold a lot of tension there. So
Yeah, right in the neck area.
exactly. Yeah, a lot of people hold their stress and tension there. So we'll just begin by inhaling, gently looking over the left shoulder, stretching out the backside of the right neck. And then exhale, gently looking over the right shoulder, stretching out that backside of your left neck. Inhale over the left. And then option now to drop your chest towards your chin. And then drawing it up to your right shoulder. And then the chin makes a gentle circle around the ceiling, back to your left shoulder. Nice. And you can just continue to move through these neck rotations. Continuing our long, deep, calming breath. And it's nice to take a moment now to maybe notice if you're clenching through the jaw and just releasing the teeth, maybe drawing and dropping the tongue to the base of the mouth.
I really learned, like, I'm a clencher.
I am too.
Yeah.
It's often one of those things you don't notice until you pay attention to it. We'll just move those circles in the other direction, just evening out. That's always very important in our yoga practice as well. Yeah, clenching the teeth is very common, and it's an area we tend to clench when we're holding a lot of stress or tension within the body.
It can cause a lot of headaches and stuff like that. And guys, this is stuff you can do when you've been reacted or to just prevent, like Emily said, in the morning to get you in a good headspace.
Totally. You can just take a few minutes. You know, any minute here or there is a yoga practice.
Yes.
You don't have to do a full class. And so just finding our neutral spine again. And now we'll move into some seated cat-cow. So again, a wonderful pose you can do anywhere from a seated position on the floor or in a chair like Kelsey. So to begin, just placing the hands either on the thighs, the shins, or on the knees if you're on the chair. Long, straight spine again, always very important. And on an inhale, finding a cow pose, so gently drawing your chest between your shoulder blades. Gaze is forward. And then exhale, cow, gentle rounding of the spine. Gaze is down, drawing that belly button to your spine.
Oh.
That
Wait, is
really
this
feels
cat?
really good. This is cat. Inhale, cow, drawing your chest between your shoulder blades. Nice. And exhale, cow. This is a wonderful pose. This flexion and extension of the spine really helps with spinal mobility as well as increasing breath capacity. And just again, reducing any stress, tension we're holding in the back.
And again, I always think when you teach me this, the heart opening up, there's a psychological effect of that.
Yeah, being vulnerable, opening up is so important as well.
Nice.
One more cat. And then finding a neutral spine. Lovely. And our last pose we'll take is a nice seated twist. So inhale, both arms rise. And then exhale, left fingertips forward, right fingertips back, finding extension of the spine, and then twisting open towards the left side. Nice. This is a wonderful pose for helping with digestion, which can also be impacted by stress.
Let's be real.
Inhale, both arms rise.
And then let me ask you something.
Exhale, twist to the other side.
As we're twisting, which has been so good for me, let's say someone's just like a little intimidated and they don't know. I go to canopy yoga and I feel 10 times better. What do we do if you're never done it before?
Yeah, so if you've never done yoga before, we're a very inclusive yoga studio. So if you're unsure where to start, we love to have beginners at our studio. We know everyone was a beginner once. So, you know, everyone is learning. It's always a new experience for someone. We offer classes with lots of different options. We have slow flow classes, which are great for beginners as well.
Yeah.
Prenatal even? Prenatal, we have baby and me. We have sound baths. So we just really like to be a really inclusive place for new students. And then also looking online, taking a short YouTube video for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, just Googling beginner yoga is a really good place to start too if you kind of want to get just familiar with a couple of the poses.
So for any of y'all out there feeling the stress, you want to get to a place in which you feel a lot more regulated and you're not your way through life, I want you to go to canopyyoga.com. Also, Emily's been so kind to give us a code, Colorado&Co, one word, and you get yourself a free class. And I might be there trying to breathe because of Emily and Kelsey. Thank you so much, you guys, and namaste. Namaste.
Thank you,
watching
Joy.
Colorado & Company.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
Okay, not to scare anyone, but the truth is that you are involved in an accident, especially one with a truck. Everything you do next, everything, can have a huge impact on your future. And that's why we want to learn more from Stephen J. Berg, very famous here, attorney and shareholder at the Berg Simpson Law Firm, which we see everywhere. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you as well.
Absolutely. So share what you do at the firm and what you do to help truck accident victims here in Colorado specifically.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So I'm one of the practice group leaders of the personal injury department. I handle catastrophic injury in a lot of trucking cases.
That's hard.
Our firm has been doing this for over 50 years in Colorado now.
Wow.
And, you know, there's nothing new that we haven't seen before.
Wow. So you guys are seasoned, is what you're saying?
Correct.
Absolutely. How common are truck accidents? Off camera, we were just talking about it in Colorado. And why does this state make it particularly dangerous for trucking?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, more than once a day it's happening.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the latest stats from 2024 that were published by the Department of Transportation showed there's over 1,800 large truck crashes.
A year. Oh my God.
A year.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea it was that large.
Yeah.
Why in Colorado?
Well, you know, Colorado has basically I-70, 285 are major shipping routes that go through. And then you also have, you know, everybody says Colorado, if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
You're right.
And so you have these rapidly changing weather conditions, and you have the mountains, steep grade, and, you know, we just see either drivers that are unfamiliar with our terrain or just unfamiliar with changing weather situations.
Yeah, that's a perfect combo for that. Interesting. That's interesting. What usually causes truck accidents?
Yeah, that's a great question. So you have a combination of things that we've seen over the years. I mean, obviously, driver inattention is an issue.
Yeah.
But we're seeing more and more of drivers overlogging. So essentially, they're driving too many hours. They're getting fatigued.
Sure.
And they're not able to really react as well. And then we're also seeing drivers that we hadn't seen behind the wheel are now behind the wheel in terms of their background. You know, maybe people that have had 3 or 4 or 5 suspensions of their license.
Oh, really?
We're seeing cases involving those individuals. And then we're also seeing lots of failure to, maintain the vehicles.
Nice.
So
there's issues with the actual vehicle itself.
Yeah, so the brakes wear out, and they got to check those to make sure they're in service. And we're finding lots of these post-crash inspections. We're able to see a lot of different federal violations.
Interesting. That's why they call you guys, to make sure that that happens. So what do trucking companies do to avoid accountability? Because I'm sure they have something in place.
Yeah, so there's 2 things that they have. One is they have a rapid response team where they get out to the scene, they start trying to take their evidence and build a case against other people.
Like immediately?
Immediately.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they have that ready. Most of the trucking companies, you know, one call and they're on the scene, and they have people that are trying to minimize their damages.
I grew up with lawyers, with defense lawyers, so I know that feeling. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's something you guys have to jump in on and be there.
Yeah.
Okay. So say I get in an accident with a truck. What is the first thing I need to know now that I know they're already on it? They have a plan. What is my plan?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you need to make sure you're safe and get medical attention if you need it. But then document as much as you can with your phone, with getting information, getting witnesses, if you can do that,
Yeah,
or if you have a loved one, do that, and call a lawyer.
Got it. And call you guys, preferably, let's be honest. Let me ask you, everyone has the right to a lawyer after an accident. Why should they particularly call you guys? Why are you guys so good at this?
Yeah, so two things that I think make our firm unique is, one is we have the resources to fight big corporations. And two,
Which is huge. Because some of those trucking companies have a gazillion lawyers. Yeah.
And they'll try to bury small firms in motions. They'll try to bury them in just delaying things.
Yes.
And they may not have the wherewithal to fight this if it needs to be fought for multiple years. And then we have an expertise in this, that we've handled these cases for a significant amount of experience, and we've uncovered just about everything that you could uncover in these type of cases. So we've found black box data that really painted a different picture. We've had times where the black box data was destroyed, and we were able to uncover that. Yeah, we found. I personally went and tracked down a driver that was using illicit drugs.
Oh, is that right?
And I was able to track him in New Mexico.
What are you, a detective, sir? My God, that's amazing, though.
And we went and got him served for his deposition. And so we were able to take his deposition, and he basically just told the truth about the company, what they knew, and why they were pressuring him to just keep driving.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm calling you guys if there's ever an issue. Poo. Knock on wood, everybody. If you've been injured, and some people have in an accident, call Berg Simpson. Here's the number. You can take a screenshot right now of the screen, 303-790-2525, or online at bergsimpson.com. Good lawyers, changing lives. Thank you so much for being prepared and for helping those in need. I appreciate that so much.
Thank you.
They sponsored today's segment. Thank you. When Colorado and Company returns, they were once railways. Now they're pathways for us to enjoy. Learn more about the work off the rails to trails conservation is doing. Mile High Asian Food Week, it's in full swing, y'all. So we're highlighting a few spots you can eat at today. So welcome Moss from Kokoro, is that right?
Yep.
Moss, that's right. And Erica, I went to the wrong person. And Erica from Bowl Society, hello both of you.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, Moss, I want to start with you. Kokoro is celebrating 40 years. Do you know how hard that is? Yeah, I'm sure you do. That's unbelievable. Take us back to how y'all started.
Well, I didn't really contribute too much as a 6-year-old to the whole process, but yeah, my parents started the restaurant in '86.
It was your parents. How awesome.
Yeah, and it's just grown, and we're successful, and we're very grateful for it. And all of a sudden, it's 40 years. It feels like forever, and it feels like yesterday all at the same time.
All at the same time. And you have such a long-standing fan group out here that support you. What was the response, or has been the response, to Mile High Asian Food Week been so far?
Oh, it's been amazing. It's basically the feeling of raising all boats.
Yes.
And sometimes you want to be competitive with one another, but really this is a scenario where it's just good to be a family of businesses and restaurants. And it's been very successful for all of us, I think.
That's cool. When you do collab, you rise to the top. I agree with that a lot. Looks like you brought some of the specials here with us today. Tell us about these dishes.
Well, we feature redbird chicken. So some of our appetizers are brand new chicken wings that we have with a spicy miso teriyaki sauce glaze.
God, that looks good.
Karaage chicken nuggets, like kind of Japanese-style chicken nuggets, are also really popular. And our tempura, get some jumbo shrimp with some tempura vegetables, or our most classic, which is the beef bowl. It's kind of like a thinly sliced beef, marinated and cooked in a Japanese style, like barbecue au jus sauce with grilled onions, and it's an amazing meal. I can eat it for 40 years.
I was just gonna say I could eat this every day, and it's very healthy for you still,
very
which
healthy.
is amazing. That's so yummy. The guys, I know you can't smell a vision, but it smells divine over here. Okay, congrats on this. I'm gonna move over to Erica with Bowl Society. Tell us about Bowl Society.
Bowl Society is an Asian take on acai bowls.
Which is everywhere.
Yes, acai bowls are everywhere, and they're your typical flavors, but I wanted to incorporate Asian flavors to the acai bowls to introduce them to new palates, new people that haven't tried them or are scared to try them because they don't know what it is. So then I created like a mango sticky rice bowl that has mango and coconut at the bottom
my
as the
gosh.
base. And then I put sticky rice on top with fresh cut mangoes and a coconut sauce. And then the ube, which is
I was gonna say,
a
is that
popular,
ube?
yes, a popular
Yes.
flavor right now that's trending with coconut, and then garnished with granola and strawberries, pineapple, kiwi with mochi on top.
Is that what
so
that
that's,
is?
Yeah.
It looks like a little bit of candy.
Yeah,
the
so it's
mochi.
it's a fun take, plus it's something that they're familiar with as
Unbelievable.
well. And then for people that just haven't tried acai bowls, this is a great way to start.
And then tell us if you haven't had ube. See, it's this purple stuff at the bottom. Tell us what it is.
So
it's a root?
Yes, it's a
I
potato.
yelled that at you. It's a root?
But it's a very popular trending flavor with like coffees and
Yeah, it's everywhere.
desserts everywhere, you know, and I feel like this is the next trending one.
I was gonna say, that's good. I can see this on Instagram tomorrow.
Yes,
So what is this?
This flavor is, some people pronounce it pandan, some
Okay,
people pronounce
pandan.
it pandan.
Okay.
Where I come from, we pronounce it pandan. So either way, but this is a Vietnamese dessert called gia thai. So it is made with whole milk.
Okay, gotcha.
All these are dairy-free and gluten-free.
Okay,
so
I'm
this
lactose,
is,
so that's
so
good to know.
that so that's good for people that are allergic. But then this is made with whole milk, but it has all the tropical fruits like coconut, jackfruit, lychees,
So good for you.
rambutans. You know, so and it's all mixed together with the pandan flavoring, which makes it green.
Nice.
And that's an up-and-coming rising flavor as well. That's, I mean, it's not new to me, but it's
new
new.
to-
It's
yeah.
new for a lot of other people.
Right, especially Colorado.
So,
How
yes.
innovative. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
so I love just creating things that can, you know, go
Things-
together with.
that you wouldn't have thought
Yeah.
of, which is amazing. Okay, what does this week, I'm gonna ask both of you, what does this week mean to both of you? And just personally.
For me, it's really just bringing communities together. I love seeing people out and about trying new things and trying different restaurants that are, you know, something that they might not have tried before.
Yeah, right.
And then also just with the restaurants and the people that work there and the owners, like all coming together and collaborating and, you know, letting pop-ups pop up at their business to support them. Like, it's really what that all is, you know, so.
I like that community answer.
Yeah.
What about you, sir?
You know, I think Denver Restaurant Week it's a really powerful impact on the Denver community. And this is a chance for us as Asian restaurants to really show our strength in the Denver area, that there's a lot of variety, a lot of cultures, and a lot of delicious food.
Yeah, there is. There's a lot in Denver.
There
There's a lot,
is.
and even in
Yeah.
Colorado, like it's a very strong culinary spot for here. That's
Yeah.
amazing. All right, guys, listen up. Mile High Asian Food Week. It runs through May 3rd. You can see all the vendors at milehighafw.com. I'll be eating some of this when we go to commercial. Thank you both for being here.
welcome.
Appreciate that.
having us.
I'm so excited. So vroom, vroom. Yeah, baby. That was done very well. SuperCross is back in the Mile High City. Win tickets to the race this weekend. It's coming up next.
The following interview involves commercial content. The products and services featured appear as paid advertising.
It's going to be an action-packed weekend at Empower Field at Mile High. SuperCross round 16 is taking place this Saturday. I'm trying to look tough. Ahead of the competition, Kelly caught up with one of the racers, Tristan Lane. Here's their conversation.
Tristan, I am so excited to be talking to you today, but some of our viewers who may not know about SuperCross, tell them what it's all about.
Well, listen, I mean, it started on two wheels for me, a bicycle, strapped a motor on that thing. 20 years later, I'm here racing Supercross. It's the NFL, the NBA of our sport. It's the highest level there is. The Super Motocross Championships, it's heating up right now. We're currently going to be doing round 15 this weekend. Denver will be round 16. A lot at stake, but, you know, we love high-flying action, gasoline engines. You're going to, if you haven't seen a Supercross, I always just tell people, come check it out. You'll be a fan for life. My wife wishes I wasn't as addicted to it as I am now, but it really just runs in your blood. So it's a lot of fun.
Okay, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but how the heck did you get into this sport?
Well, seriously, no joke. I just wanted a dirt bike. I started on a bicycle, wanted a dirt bike, and it just, something got a hold of me, and it's, you know, I got bit by the bug, and I really, really have loved it. I've climbed the amateur ranks to the professional league now. I race the 450 Premier class. And like I said, Supercross is as high as it goes. The Super Motocross World Championship is the elite as it gets in our sport. So like I said, think the LeBron James and the NBA, the Tom Brady's in the NFL. That's what we have in our sport, and it's dirt bike racing, but it's evolving every year, and I'm super grateful to be a part of it.
Did you stress your parents out as a kid?
Oh my gosh, Kelly, you have no idea. My dad actually, true story, he jokes that he would get a pain in his neck whenever he would watch me race. And he's got gray hair, so I make sure to let him know, that's because of me and my racing. But yeah, I did a lot of stressing, same with my wife now, but we really love it. And I think that they know that if I didn't race, I'd probably be a very miserable person. This is how I express myself. I truly love this sport. So yeah, I guess it depends, how you look at it.
Right. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more about coming to the Mile High City. Does the altitude mess with you at all?
It really does. Yeah. So not only does it mess with me physically, we're all going to be winded out there. And you're talking, especially the elite, the top 3, top 5, some of the fittest athletes of any sport, they're endurance athletes, but the altitude is really tough. Also tough on the equipment. Our motorcycles, I've heard on average around 20% slower because of the altitude. So not only are the mechanics, the teams, the personnel going to be messing with the motorcycle all day, but us riders, we're going to try and acclimate, hydrate. I'm from Florida, so sea level, you can imagine the stuff on a Florida boy.
Right.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit more about this round. You said this round is really important, but why is that?
Well, Denver in particular, it's you got to think the series is wrapping up here. We have 3 rounds currently, but 2 rounds in Denver left. There's going to be a championship with a lot of money at stake, a lot of bragging rights. It's really, really intense right now. We've had, I don't want to tell you a wrong stat, but I know that our sport has not had this kind of finale in a long, long time. So it's going to be really, really dramatic. And then the fact that we're going to altitude, that's always intriguing. We're really hopeful that Eli Tomac, who's a Colorado native, we're hopeful that he's going to be healthy. The whole fans are going to be so excited to have him there, and he's going to really throw a fork in the plans of Hunter Lawrence and Ken Roxon. So we'll see how it all wraps up, but it's going to be really exciting.
Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, real quick before we let you go, let's say fans are all in. How can they make the most out of race day?
Well, 100% Fan Fest. You got to come check us out. 11 to 4 o'clock, you're going to see us. You can come and meet me, meet Eli Tomac, meet the top of our sport, and that's something that I think SuperCross does a really great job of. There's a ton of access. So I highly recommend bring your family, bring your friends, come hang out, come sit on our bike, come see the whole shebang. It's awesome. That is going to be a great way to start it. And then qualifying as well. Racing is going to start at 7 o'clock Eastern time, but 5 o'clock for Mountain time. So come check us out. The opening ceremonies is awesome too. The pyromaniacs of our sport do a great job with the fireworks show. The opening ceremony is awesome. I personally am bummed anytime I miss it because I'm getting ready to go to the gate. It's super cool to see. So you got to check it out.
Okay, that's so exciting. Thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, Tristan. Good luck. We'll be watching.
Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You can catch round 16 of SuperCross this Saturday at Empower Field at Mile High. Snag your tickets now at supercrosslive.com. But wait, you know you're Tori. I have some tickets to give away to the race on Saturday. Enter now by sending an email to mycoco@9news.com. Put SuperCross in the subject line, and the winner will be chosen at random and contacted later. It could be you. Good luck. Now, for those of us who love to hike, bike, and just walk in nature, you know that Colorado's trails are some of the most beautiful. Brandy Horton, president of communications at the Rails to Trails Conservancy, has a lot of good things to say about our state. Take a look.
Brandy, I am so excited to be talking to you. This is the 40th anniversary of the Rails to Trails Conservancy. So tell us what you do.
Sure. So Rails to Trails Conservancy is the country's largest trails, walking, and biking advocacy organization. And the best way to think of us is as the voice and the champion of the trails movement. So we advocate for the public funding that's needed to do this work at the federal, state, and local levels. We offer technical assistance and resources to all of the groups, thousands of groups across the country that are working on building out trails. We work with states and regions to do connected trail systems to make it safer and easier for people to walk and bike in their communities. And I get the fun job of promoting trails, right? Making sure that people know that these spaces exist and that they really offer just incredible opportunities for them in their everyday lives and in their communities.
Oh, this is great. Okay, let's hit the trail. What's the best way we can find trails right here in Colorado?
So Colorado has fantastic outdoor adventures across the board, and Rail Trails is are a piece of that. RTC has an incredible platform called Trail Link. You can download that to your phone, and it offers you maps and details and information about trails that are near you or trails that you want to go and visit. So it'll geolocate and tell you kind of what's around you, but it'll also let you kind of explore different parts of the country or different parts of the state. And it gives you, it's so cool because it gives you maps, it gives you user reviews, so you can kind of see like what other people are experiencing out there, what they think. It'll tell you about the amenities that exist on the trail. So it's really kind of a wonderful first stop for figuring out what trail experience you want to create for yourself.
Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, let's say we're hitting the trail for the first time. What are some of your top tips for first timers?
My number one tip, which I feel like is all encompassing, is to plan ahead. I think sometimes, we're going out on a big 2-day backcountry hike. We're really going to plan that, right? We're going out for a few hours on the trail, and people might be like, oh, I don't really have to think about that so much. You should. You should think about, is there water available to me? Is there shelter? Am I going to need to kind of pack layers because I'm out in the sun? Are there restrooms? Do I have to think about kind of how I'm going to use the facilities? Are there opportunities to connect into towns? One of the things that is so special about multi-use trails is they do intersect with towns in really unique ways. And so you can kind of get out, explore a small town you might not otherwise have visited, buy an ice cream, buy a beer, whatever it is. But you need to know that those are there so that you can kind of make a plan to visit and to stop. And so taking the time to plan ahead, TrailLink is a resource to do that. It offers all that information. That's going to make you have the best experience, the safest experience, lower your stress level because you know what to expect.
That's great. Okay, we are so excited about Celebrate Trails Day. So is there anything happening in Colorado to help celebrate?
So Celebrate Trails Day is on April 25th. It is the national moment for America's trails. It is a chance for us to get outside and to show off all of the ways that trails make our lives and our communities better. There are events happening in Colorado. There are actually events this year happening in all 50 states, which is really exciting. And so I would encourage folks to go to railstotrails.org and find out about events that are happening near you. If you're not into events and you just want to get out on the trail, that counts too. Get out on the trail, snap a picture, tag us in it at Rails to Trails. That way we can take your story and your experience of why trails make a difference and put it into the national conversation about how this infrastructure is truly essential to the entire country.
That's so great. Okay, you're the perfect person to ask this next question. Trails are so much more than just pathways. So how have they evolved over the years?
In the very beginning of this movement, it was truly about protecting rail corridors that were going out of use. And so some of the earliest advocacy actually came from naturalists in Illinois. May Watts was a naturalist who was very concerned about creating access and preserving access to nature so that people would appreciate all of the important flora and all of the important wildlife that existed around them. Other people, came to early founders of Rails to Trails Conservancy concerned about wildlife habitats and the railroad corridors that were no longer being used for transportation. They were really being used by wildlife, and how could we protect that from development? And so that turned into this effort to transition those spaces into multi-use trails. Today, there's over 42,500 miles of multi-use trail all across the country. It's rail trails, it's greenways, it's canal towpaths, and all of that creates a new opportunity to connect that infrastructure so that people can safely walk and bike and be active outside where they live. And that is where the movement is headed. All 50 states are working on trail networks. All 50 states today have trails. Millions of people enjoy this infrastructure every single day. And so it truly has become a defining part of the American experience to be able to walk and bike in our communities. And I think that is something really worth celebrating as RTC turns 40 and as America celebrates its 250th birthday.
Brandy, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on the 40th anniversary.
Colorado's beauty is waiting for you along one of our many spectacular trails. Learn more about the Rails to Trails Conservancy and get ready to explore by visiting railstotrails.org. We'll be right back. Your Friends and Neighbors, starring John Hamm, is back and leaving us all wondering who we can really trust. Kelly got to chat with the show's creator, Jonathan Tropper, as well as one of the stars, Amanda Peet. Enjoy.
My boyfriend and I are so hooked on this show, he wouldn't let me watch the season 2 screeners without him. So I'm going into this interview as a fan. So let's jump right in. Am I going to be as stressed out by your character this season as I was last season?
Yeah, I'm afraid so. I'm afraid you're gonna probably be more stressed out.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I've got a hard hitter for you. If Mel was your next door neighbor, would you be friends with her?
No.
You would avoid her?
I'd be like, stay away from me, you crazy lady. You crazy
Get her
lady.
away from me.
Yeah. You were gonna destroy my family. I panicked.
Do I need to worry about you?
Her being around, how does it not bother you?
For anyone who hasn't started Your Friends and Neighbors yet, what would you say to get them hooked?
I don't know. It just, there's no person I can imagine who won't find themselves in one of these characters. This is a show, even though it's about rich people, it's about everything we all go through. It's love and relationships and marriage and sex and death and children and parents and friends and neighbors. Well, that's obvious. But it's just, I do think, and also it's the only show I've done where I believe couples can watch it together. I think it just starts a lot of interesting conversations.
I'm in.
That was fast. Grab some of those.
Can you hold on a second? I gotta take this call.
Who the hell takes a call in the middle of a robbery?
So the cast, y'all all feel really believable together. What's the dynamic like behind the scenes?
It's not anything juicy because everyone gets along, and it's because of Jon Hamm, because when number one sets the tone, everybody kind of follows. And he's very no drama, very funny, has been doing this a long time, knows how to take care of people. So it's really, I have to say, it's just a ball.
Oh, I love that. And you guys love working together. That's cool. Okay.
I love him so much.
Who is this guy?
This show really makes you wonder who your friends and who your neighbors are. So if we're done watching season 2 and we think, I'm never trusting anyone again, have you done your job?
I think if you're feeling like I can't judge any of these books by their cover, maybe. I think there are people on the show worth trusting, but you're aware of what you don't know about everyone you know.
Life was complicated. But in spite of everything, I was making it work.
Okay, one of my favorite parts about the show is the narration from Jon Hamm. So I have to ask, when you were writing the show, did you know you were going to do that, or did it come along later?
No, I wrote that in the pilot. That was something I wanted to do from the beginning. It was a weird juxtaposition of the hard-boiled detective movies I used to love that were from before my time, but like Philip Marlowe and Sam Spade and all those sort of hard-boiled crime noir movies where the detective had that voiceover. I thought it'd be really funny to give that kind of voiceover to a very contemporary show.
Somebody hasn't watched this show yet. What do you say to get him to watch it?
It's a finance bro who's hit midlife, gets fired, and begins to burglarize his very wealthy neighbors. But the thing that I love is this, my favorite thing to watch or read in a story, is this thing where you're married or something and you're like, do I really know you? Do I really know you? Like, could you have another family or another life? Is there something have I been hoodwinked in some weird way? So I feel like having this like suffocating little town and these people up in each other's business, it's just very fun to be like, when is the shoe gonna drop?
Rich guy so bored with his life, he risks it all just to feel alive. Oh, let's be honest, you're not that rich.
I think it's the best show on TV. So I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with me today, Amanda. We are so excited for season 2 and season 3 too.
Yes, it's crazy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
Have
so
a great
much.
Day.
You too.
You can catch new episodes of Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple TV. Thanks for your company, Colorado. Portions of today's program were sponsored by the businesses listed on your screen. I hope you'll have a wonderful day and you join us next time. We'll see you then. Bye, guys.